Hey, my name is Bethany, and I am a Florida certified teacher who can do your annual evaluation for homeschool. So, just to let you know, the whole point of a portfolio evaluation is to see that progress was made at a level commensurate with your child's ability. Basically, just that they learned something from beginning, middle, and end of the year, that they made growth. So, don't stress, it's just a very relaxed process of showing me the growth your child has made throughout the school year. Now, when evaluation time comes around, or even a couple months before, I start getting all kinds of questions um, like, how do I do this? What do I put in the portfolio? What should it look like? And so I just want to make a quick video to show you some examples. You don't have to do it any of the ways I say. It's up to you and how you homeschool and how you want to show your work. But these are just some ideas for what you could do. And these work especially well for elementary and middle school, but you could even apply the same concepts to high school of keeping progress of the work. But in high school, you want to try and hang on to all that work to show that you met your credit hours. Where in elementary and middle school, you don't need to hang on to every single piece of thing they do. You can, but it's not necessary. So the first thing I'm going to show you, this is how most families do it, because this way is really easy to store. Because in Florida, you have to store it for 2 years. This is a 3-inch binder, but some families do 1.5 inch, some 2. It doesn't have to be 3 inches. I just like to save a lot of my kids' stuff to show that they made progress, but you don't have to have this much. So this is the most common way families bring their work. And so I am going to show you, let's see, there we go, how you can, what this looks like in actuality. Okay, so when I am looking at a portfolio in a through-in binder, it's just so easy because everything is all right there, organized, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So the first couple things that I look for when I'm evaluating is your reading log. So in the back, I have the read aloud reading logs, because our family, we don't have a lot of independent reading yet. We do a lot of family read alouds. But then I also have their independent reading log. So that way their evaluator can see, oh, at the beginning of the year, they were reading Bob books. By the end of the year, they're reading the easy readers, like that you can get at the library. And so it just shows that progress has been made. Something else, so since I have 2 kids who will be evaluated, a lot of times I didn't make copies of things. So I just picked my oldest child and we made a family timeline together. So I just took the timeline off the wall and I put it in his portfolio, and we go to our evaluation. I'll just let her know, hey, this is for both of our kids. I also put in a calendar where I keep track of the different field trips we go on. Not required. You don't need to do it at all. But if your family is a family that likes to explore, likes to travel, likes to take field trips, keeping track of that counts as school. You're going on these experiences and these adventures which your kids are learning from, whether it seems like it or not. So having a list of field trips or activities you've done is great. If it's a co-op, Bible study, field trip, nature walk, play date at the park, put it in there, make a list. You can do it as a calendar, all fancy, or you could just write it down in a Word document or handwrite it on a piece of paper. And again, our family, we have a little kid in our family who likes to be a part of learning. So a lot of our school comes through activities and hands-on stuff. So I printed off some pictures that kind of show what we did on those field trips or what the hands-on learning experiences are. And then I also get these dividers that have pockets in them. So when we go on trips, if we pick things up, I can just slide it right in there because we talked about it, we looked at it, we used it when we were there. So it still counts as part of school. It's a log of educational activities. So I include those just in the pockets of the different subject dividers. And then you can see I have tabs for all the different areas we cover. And then, so say you open up a tab, let's pick 5. So you can see in my tab, we did some hands-on stuff. I just put it in the pocket. I'm not even worried about like where it fell within the course of study, just hands-on, we did it right there. So the important thing is that your work is dated. So you can see at the beginning of the school year in May, we were just working on long and short vowels. Then our evaluator can turn to the middle. Okay, let's see, November. Oh, now we're writing things with long vowels. We're reading some longer sentences using those phonics rules. And then we can flip towards the end of the year and we see, oh, I have a lot of work in here. Okay, we learned some words, all the rules for that. I have a narration, so we read a story out loud, they tell me back and I type it up and put it in there. And so they can see that at the end of the year, they were learning all kinds of hard rules for different sounds phonograms make. And so you can see there's been progress made from beginning, middle to end of the year. And then for art, a lot of families, you might teach art, you might not teach art, and it's okay. You are the teacher. You get to decide what subjects you cover. But a lot of kids, you know, they color, they like to get out art supplies and create and be hands-on. So, pull it up here. For art, you can definitely stick that in. Whether you taught it or not, maybe your kid makes you a picture and says, Mom, I drew this picture for you. Don't you love it? And say, yes, I love it. And instead of throwing it away, you just put it in their portfolio. So you can see some of their artwork here. I kind of just write on the back, oh, this is a narration. And so he's describing his picture for me, sliding things into page protectors so it doesn't get ruined. If you do an online class, like through any of those homeschool resources or OutSchool, you can print off something from that class and put it in there with the date. Okay, if you just learn about a certain person, you can just put bullet points. It doesn't have to be some big extravagant thing to show that they've made progress. We just want to see progress. And usually kids, they want to highlight what they did, especially like the art and science stuff. That's what they want to talk about. They don't want to talk about reading and math. They want to tell you all about their art and their science. Okay, then another way you could organize it, which you don't have to, but this is just what I've seen families do, is by using a file box. And so you could just get your subjects and put your dated work in each folder. So for math, work from August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Reading, science, and you could just put the work in there so that it's organized. This can work really good if you have workbooks, because you could just say, oh, okay, math workbook. Here's the one we did at the beginning of the year, the end of the year. Science workbook, beginning of the year, end of the year. And so you can organize their work. And this is also really good for projects because they do tend to have extra room at the back. If there's a project your child really wants to highlight, it makes it easier to carry it into the evaluation. Okay, so those are just two options for how you can organize your work. My best tip is do it as the year goes on. Don't wait till the end of the year to try and organize your portfolio. Do it a little bit at a time and have your child help you. Like, hey, what do you want to put in your portfolio to show the evaluator at the end of the year? Then they have some ownership over it and they have pride in it. And then it doesn't leave it all on you to just scramble at the last minute to try and figure it out. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to message me, to email me, reach out to me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But I look forward to hearing from you guys and to help you on this homeschooling journey. Thanks.